your negotiation skills if you get these 42,000 euros or not. I would personally, if he says he estimates that he would earn about 42,000 euros in terms of licensing turnover, I probably would ask for a minimum guarantee of about 30,000 euros. This is maybe it doesn't sound very professional, but my experience says that if you ask for too high figures, at the end it comes back to you and they want to get the money back and whatever. So better make them feel comfortable, let them spend a bit more on the marketing side or whatever, and then let them go and sell the products with a lower minimum guarantee, but with the feeling that it probably is smoother business for you at the end. So again, coming back to this 100,000 euros investment, that means if you are lucky to have a property which really sells in these kind of quantities, 50,000 stuffed toys per year, then you can maybe with 3 contracts, you can break even. But this is, in most cases, it's not like that. We're doing about 120 licensing deals every year, and the average minimum guarantee we are talking about is now at the moment it's about 20,000 euros, the average. So that means we're doing much higher minimum guarantees, MGs, but also lower ones. We don't go below 5,000 euro per deal because that is not worth the effort. You put a lot of effort, not only deliver the artwork and the rights, you also put a lot of effort in accounting, in acquisition, in approval and so on.
Are these sales commissions, or is the license based on sales or production?
No, it's based on sales.
So if they produce something and it doesn't sell, and they end up selling it on the market somewhere for nothing, you don't make much income.
Yeah, you wouldn't probably, normally wouldn't allow them just to sell it to a reduced price, just with prior permission. But you're right, I mean, it's based on the success of the sales, not on the production, yes.
Did you say 30 or 13,000? When you mentioned it,
30, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, what about if this is, say, tied into a television show or something? You have these characters, they want a television show, and they say, we want the merchandising rights thrown in with the television show. How do you know what to charge for that? I have no idea.
Yeah, basically it is a sum of the expected royalties. You know, I mean, it's a pure guess, I would say. You know, it's a pure guess. So you take these categories I've shown you before, and you ask yourself what kind of products are possible within these categories, and then you add them up, you know, with the minimum guarantees. But this is you can't do that probably without any experience. So you have to ask a kind of expert to ask, okay, how much can I get for the stuffed toys? How much can I get for a bed linen contract? How much can I get for food promotion? How much can I get for an apparel line or whatever? Is all that possible? So that is something. It is always speculation, I would say. There isn't. You can't base that on a fact book or whatever. But ask the people who know this business, and they can give you a kind of reliable data. I would say a kind of guess, a kind of more advanced guess.
Yeah, because I think that, I mean, at least in my experience, we hold on to those. That's sort of one of those things that we say, no, we just assume we get a royalty on each item and we want to hold on to those. But sometimes it's going to make or break the deal for them. They want everything. They want the character. They want to be able to do whatever they want with it. They want.
Yeah, but I mean, this is. I know there is also a couple of stations here in Germany which do the same. They ask for the merchandising rights, at the same time they buy the TV rights. But still, I think for me it's always a matter of a minimum guarantee, an additional minimum guarantee also at their side, you know. Because otherwise we would have the choice to go with an agent and leave that business yourself. So there needs to be a special commitment for this extra business, and it is an extra business.
Okay.
Do you have more questions about these financial aspects? Yes.
Who controls sold products, number of sold products, and how is it controlled?
I mean, we personally, there's a clause in the contract saying that when we are in doubt that these figures are not right, then we can actually control the books on the costs of the licensee if there is a deviation between what they've said and what is the real outcome. But this is a very tricky question because that is still a matter of confidence, the licensing business, and if you send your account people into the books of your licensees, then the relation is already quite broken, I would say. Yeah. You can control your business with labels, with kind of holograms or whatever. That is a thing, but this is again investment, and again it has to be checked, and it's a separate check beside your royalty statement. So you need workforce for that as well. I mean, Manchester United and Walt Disney, they certainly control the market more than probably than we do, you know. But and they certainly they work with holograms and these kind of stuff for every product. But this is, I mean, as we focusing the German market mainly, we think we know our people quite well and we trust them to a certain extent. And yeah, I must say, within the last 3 years, we just 2 or 3 times checked the books of our licensees.
And how do you get the number of products each month? Or once a
That
year?
is a matter of negotiation, but normally at the end of every half calendar year. So that means that the first of we ask them at the 1st of July and the 1st of January to send the royalty statements, and then they tell us what they've sold, and they calculate it down to the royalty rate, and then they I have to send the money if this amount exceeds the minimum guarantee. If it doesn't exceed the minimum guarantee, then they keep still a deposit for the next half year. Yeah. Yeah.
My daughter is a lead author. She's 10, and she's interested in foreign rights also to like have T-shirts in the name of the book. That is considered merchandise, right?
Yeah, that is considered merchandise or licensed items. Yes. Yeah. So if you buy a T-shirt, for example, with Harry Potter image on, yes.
That's considered licensed.
It's licensed item or it's a merchandising item.
Do you must have to copyright the T-shirts? How does that work?
I mean,
trademark. I'm talking about.
you mean the process to get T-shirt? You mean, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. The process is that you go to any manufacturer of these goods and ask him if he wants to buy a license. So he becomes a licensee. You give him legally, you give away your rights, limited to this kind of product and limited to a certain time and limited to a certain territory. You give him these rights, and you give him the artwork, and then he starts producing these items with your logo and your pictures, whatever, but he can do so only on the basis of a licensing agreement. So, but you have, in most cases, you have to find those people by yourself, or the agent has to find them.
Find the merchant.
The licensee, the manufacturer.
Manufacturer.
Yeah.
And what is the logo, and how do you go about it?
A is a protected trademark, a protected image, something which is legally protected, and you are in possession of this logo as a licensor, and you can give that away, again, for the purposes of producing licensed items.
So for instance, the T-shirt, and it has her picture with the horse on it and the name of the book. I want to know, how do I get to the point of getting the logo and licensing it or trademarking? How do I get to that point?
You have to apply for that. I mean, her picture is protected by her personality rights, but if you combine it with a logo or whatever, then it's then you have to apply for protection of this logo at the National Trademark Institute,
So a
the
logo,
patent office.
the patent office. Okay, so a logo comes from the patent office?
Yes.
And what a logo could be, what, the picture or the name of the book or what?
Both. Both. It could be picture or the name. Yeah. That is both possible.
Okay, so
But you don't get it automatically. You don't get it automatically. You have to apply for it, because if there is something sounding similar or looking similar or whatever, then people can contradict to that, and then it has to be tried and find out if you can get it or not.
her lawyer put in an application for trademark for the name of the book.
Yeah.
But now we want to have T-shirts in the name of the book with her picture on it. Can you tell me how to go to that level, to that process?
You are within that process. I mean, if your lawyer already has applied for that, then you have to wait until that has been confirmed. And once it has been confirmed, then you can start that process, as I just described here, the licensing process. Then you have to find people and discuss licensing contracts. And once you finish that successfully, you can allow them to produce these items. Can talk a bit later. Maybe we can ask me your personal questions later on. Let me just finish that question, but you have one.
Actually, it's similar to that, just in your experience with the DPMA. Do they actually really monitor how close these things are? So, for example, you have a similar sounding title that you want to protect. Is the DPMA really focused on making sure that there is no crossover there?
Yeah, first of all, they check it from their side, and they also they publish it within a certain media, and then people can contradict that if they feel that it touches their rights as well.
And that's right, because that's the is that a 6-month period or is that a year period?
I think it's a 6-month period, but I'm not quite sure on these legal aspects. I must commit frankly, because I'm not a lawyer, but I think it's something like that. Yeah. Okay. Again, you've learned about that calculation here, and again, how many you have to ask yourself again before starting it. How many T-shirts you have to sell to break even, or to make a satisfying profit? Is that something you believe in? Do you think that works? You have to ask that by yourself. You can maybe improve that calculation a bit. I go back again. You can ask for a higher price range. So you ask your licensees to sell that T-shirts maybe for 30 euros, not instead of 20. You can negotiate a different royalty rate. Michael Schumacher, the Formula One driver, in his best times, he asked for 15%. But this is Michael Schumacher in his best times, so it's not what we normally do, you know. Yeah.